Welcome back, everyone, to what we're calling now like a little caster chat between the Pokemon Go and the TCG people. And I just kind of want to talk about your guys' casting experience in general, because as you guys know, Go is relatively new to the scene, and I've really enjoyed being involved this season. I've done almost all of the casts from Stuttgart on, and I know that you're definitely, Joe, you're not new to the scene, but you are more new to the Limitless stream, right?
Yeah, it's my first time behind the desk for a Limitless one, so I'm really excited to see how it all plays out this weekend and how it differs to the official casting, which I've done since 2016 in national championships, and then carried on through, fortunately, for a number of international championships. So there's a different type of pressure, I think, but hopefully I'm going to be relaxed and still just do my usual preparation for a tournament, and hopefully it's going to be a good cast.
Yeah, in that respect as well. Like, I think we're kind of in a similar boat, right, Shay? That we've been doing a lot of them this season so far.
Yeah, I had my first call up this season, and luckily managed to get, I think, 4 or 5 under my belt so far. Haven't done an official TPCI stream yet, but I enjoy it so much. I love being in this side of the camera. But I have a question about Go casting, because when you do TCG casting, I feel as if the action can get spread over a whole turn, which can last, 3 to 4, maybe even 5 minutes occasionally, whereas with Go it looks like more of a traditional video game where turns can happen very fast and everything's flashing on screen. So what are the challenges in regards to Go casting?
So Pokemon Go, I think one of the most challenging parts is always keeping up with what is happening on the screen, because you try to go through a thought process that you had on something that happened, and then you're already with 2 entirely new Pokemon and something entirely different happens and nobody knows what is going on if you're still talking about the last thing. So while I haven't yet officially casted a stream and only done a couple grassroots ones, I feel like that has always been one of the more challenging things.
Yeah, but also, Ilya, maybe we could talk a little bit about that, because though this is your first time casting, it is definitely not a first time at a Play Pokemon tournament for you, because you have been in the judge position and also head judge position for a lot of tournaments so far. How do you think this will differ?
I think this is quite different, because unlike running the tournament, you're at this position more carrying the stream and having to bring all this energy to, instead of carrying on the tournament and trying to rush everything, you try to focus on one thing and casting these matches, these very exciting matches, and have all this energy to bring to the stream.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. And I saw, like, in one of the tournaments, you were running around and interviewing people out in the crowd and everything. What is, like, the whole, like, TCG vibe like while you guys are playing these games? I know that if a player is knocked out necessarily, what are they doing afterwards at the tournaments? Are they cheering on their friends? Are they watching the stream somewhere? Are they playing side events?
Yeah, so I guess if you're still in contention of doing well, I'm sure people take it very seriously and they're playing a lot and chatting to their friends mid-round about what can happen, what could happen. But then it's quite good, because if you do get sort of knocked out, there are plenty of other things you can do. You chat with friends. Some people like to play old format, or there's a whole ton of different side events. Joe, I'm sure you know loads about the side events, right?
Well, yeah, unfortunately I'm out of the tournament day one, Tyler. So I know the side events all too well. Yeah, lots of pack battles, lots of trading going on between players as well. Just seeing your friends is just one of the best things. A communal place for people who enjoy the hobby together, can all interact with each other, and you meet a ton of new people as well. So one of those things where there's always going to be something to do, even if the main tournament is not, still progressing for you as a player.
Yeah, in Pokemon Go, the community is very tight-knit, especially due to the COVID times where all the grassroots tournaments were held online. So therefore, basically everybody knows everyone else, and everyone is friends with each other. So whenever there is a tournament or a regional or a special event, like, there's big meetups where a lot of the players come. At Worlds, for example, I think we had like 100 people meet up on the Saturday.
It's crazy.
Love to hear it.
I was talking with one of our other casters, Leo, and he has casted a lot of other events before, and he was saying, in Go, it's so funny because everyone refers to each other by their nickname. And I guess it makes sense because it's our in-game name, so it's what we're used to seeing for a long time. But I think for a lot of players, it was weird putting faces with names when these tournaments first started. They were like, oh, this is what this player looks like. And now even more so when there's not going to be masks, I think we're going to be even more surprised.
Wait, that is you? I think I've seen you before, but that's what you look like?
Yeah, absolutely. Just seeing people for the first time is going to be really exceptional. And, sometimes showing that emotion in game as well can give you some information as well as players. So that's also a new dynamics that some players might have to adapt to. So thanks so much for, again, taking the time for having this chat. And we're going to be signing off up to another round very shortly.